Welcome to The Explainer. So, today we're going to talk about a project that's trying to rewire the very plumbing of global finance. It's a network called Ripple, and its digital asset is XRP. And their whole goal? Well, it's to make sending money across borders just as fast and as cheap as sending an email.
Okay, let's just dive right in by talking about a problem that honestly feels kind of ancient in our modern world. I mean, we live in an age of instant everything, right? So why does sending money to another country still feel like you're sending a package and just hoping it gets there? For businesses, that's a huge deal. It's capital that's just tied up, plus you've got all these unpredictable fees.
It is a pretty strange paradox when you think about it. We can shoot a message, a photo, a video, whatever, to the other side of the planet in less than a second. But our global financial system? For the most part, it just hasn't kept up. It can still take days for money to clear when it crosses a border. Now, this is the exact problem that Ripple was designed to solve. But here is the really crucial detail. It wasn't built for regular folks like you and me. Nope. It was built for the big players. We're talking banks and financial institutions, the ones moving massive amounts of money around the globe every single day. So, at its core, Ripple is a tech company that provides this global payment network. A good way to think about it is it's less like a new currency for you to go buy coffee with and more like a massive upgrade to the financial plumbing that powers the entire world's economy. Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. We have to talk about how Ripple confirms transactions. It completely sidesteps that whole energy-intensive process that a lot of other crypto networks rely on, and that choice allows it to be incredibly efficient. Yep, you heard that right. No mining. See, unlike networks that need these super powerful computers to solve really complex math problems, that's what mining is, Ripple's network just doesn't do that at all. And that is a fundamental design choice that changes absolutely everything about how it operates. So you're probably asking, okay, if there's no mining, how does anything get confirmed? Well, it uses a cooperative system. You have this network of independent servers, they're called validators, and they're all constantly comparing their records of all the transactions. As soon as a supermajority of them agree on what the record book looks like, boom, they confirm a new batch of transactions. This whole thing happens in seconds, which is exactly the kind of speed you need for high-volume institutional payments. And this table just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got the competitive, energy-hungry proof-of-work model, and on the other, you have Ripple's cooperative, super low-energy consensus mechanism. It's a design that leads to completely different outcomes for speed, cost, and for environmental impact, too. All right, so we've got the super efficient network. Now let's talk about the fuel that makes the engine run, the digital asset XRP. It was designed to do a very, very specific and very important job. From the moment it was created, the total supply of XRP was set in stone. 100 billion tokens were created, and that's it. Not a single one more can ever be generated. The supply is totally finite and totally known. So the key takeaway here is that the entire supply was pre-created. It all exists already. This avoids all the inflation and the massive energy costs that come with mining, and it creates a predictable digital asset that institutions can actually rely on. This predictability allows XRP to do its main job, to act as what's called a bridge asset. You can think of it like a neutral digital middleman. Its whole purpose is to help instantly convert one country's currency into another's, without ever needing a direct exchange between the two. Okay, let's walk through how that works in practice. So, say a bank in the US wants to send money that needs to arrive as euros in Germany. Step 1, the US dollars are instantly converted into XRP. Step 2, that XRP zips across the Ripple network in about, 3 to 5 seconds. Then, step 3, on the other end, the XRP is instantly converted into euros. The whole process just leaps over all these clunky, old banking systems. It means capital that used to be locked up for days is now settled almost instantly. And all of this really points to a fundamentally different philosophy. Instead of trying to, tear down the entire existing financial system, Ripple is focused on making it work better from the inside. So, the entire design we've been talking about really delivers on 3 key advantages. First, you get near-instant settlement speed, which frees up trillions of dollars in capital that's normally just stuck in transit. Second, incredibly low transaction costs. I'm talking fractions of a penny, which saves institutions a fortune. And third, because there's no mining, it uses minimal energy, which is a huge, huge deal in today's world. And this quote right here, it just nails the whole strategy. The goal isn't to make banks obsolete, not at all. It's to give them a modern, incredibly efficient tool to do one of their main jobs, moving money, way more effectively. So the entire game plan here is to position XRP and the Ripple network as a critical piece of technology that works within the existing regulated world of global finance. It's about improving the infrastructure that's already there, not trying to build a totally separate one from scratch. And this really leaves us with a fascinating final question. When you're talking about transforming something as massive and complex as global finance, what's the better path? Is it a complete revolution that just tears everything down? Or is it a smart evolution that upgrades the system from within? As you watch this whole space develop, that's really the key question to keep in the back of your mind.